In the headlines, Carnival Cruise Lines makes an early call to Dominica. The public cautioned to be more informed on the use of pesticides, and the opposition leader laments the socio-economic state of Dominica. I'm Kardisha Sentry with the Channel 5 News. More when we return.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. We begin with this tourism item of an early cruise call to Dominica by Carnival Cruise Lines. Carnival Fascination will be visiting the island shores on Wednesday due to a rerouting of its path as a result of Tropical Storm Karen. Carnival Cruise Lines is among the favorites of vendors and tour operators, and Director of Tourism Colin Piper says a lot of work has gone into ensuring the country is in a state of readiness to welcome the early call of Carnival Fascination.
Carnival Cruise Line has rerouted one of its cruise lines, the Fascination. So we're the beneficiary of that, and so Wednesday the 25th, the cruise line is expected to dock at Rosa Cruise Ship Berth. So we're just making sure that all the sites and attractions are ready and ready for those visitors. We put announcements out for the vendors and the tour operators and all these folks who service the cruise line to be in a state of readiness. And so we have one additional call, so to speak, and of course we want to be on our best behavior and put our best foot forward because, you know, it's Carnival, and obviously we've been trying for some time to get Carnival back, and certainly us being ready, willing, and able to facilitate them on such short notice should be a positive when we go speak to them again in hopes of bringing them back for a more extended period.
The Carnival Fascination holds upward of 2,000 passengers. In other top stories, the Dominican public is being advised to find safe alternatives to harmful pesticides. Andrea Louis has that story.
This as Dominica joins a host of other countries in recognizing Pesticide Awareness Week this week. Pesticide Awareness Week is being observed under the theme Building Awareness and Capacity for a Healthy Nation through Sustainable Life Cycle Management of Pesticides and Promoting Alternatives.
It's a very important theme to us because nowadays you hear about so many negative things about pesticides, right? So, and being a resilient nation as well, we want people to be healthy, to do healthy things, look at pesticides in a different light. So capacity building, which is again spreading awareness, telling people how to go about, doing things differently. promoting alternatives, which speaks to instead of using a pesticide or a toxic pesticide, there are other things that we can use to kill pests. So just a little example, like for example, instead of spraying a big one or bop, you can use citronella for your mosquitoes. So that is what we speak about when we talk about alternatives. And using, for example, like cultural practices like crop rotation, mixed cropping.
Serafin Alexander, who is also the secretary of the Pesticide Control Board, says Dominicans have taken note of and acted accordingly to the information being disseminated over the years. However, there is more action that can be taken to ensure the safe use of pesticides.
What we want to see is, for example, in our farming communities, we want to see more farmers actually using their PPEs. And their PPEs are their personal protective equipment. So, for example, when we speak of that, we want to see farmers wearing their overalls, covering their heads with the appropriate caps, using their boots, using their gloves, using their goggles, their masks. Even the people that spray, not just the farmers, but even the people that spray at schools. You see, for example, you see somebody spraying the yard in the school while the school children are even playing around. So we want them to know that these are not the right things that they're supposed to be doing, and they have to be, cognizant of their neighbors, their friends, people, the environment when they're actually using the chemical.
The produce chemist cautions the public that pesticide does not only pertain to agrochemicals used in the agriculture industry, but also applies to household items.
We also have household chemicals that are pesticides. So, for example, the mothballs that we use in our clothes to keep our clothes fresh is a pesticide because it kills the moths. You understand? And the sprays that we use in our house, the ant baits, the rat baits, all of these are pesticides. So it's not only agricultural pesticides that we're talking about. So I want the householders to be aware that when they're going to buy pesticides, look at what they're buying. For example, find out if it's even labeled in English. Do you know, even if you see it looks like a rat poison, is it really a rat poison? So we want them to be aware of what it is that they're doing when they're going to purchase pesticides and use pesticides, especially in the home.
Apart from Pesticide Awareness Week, trainings are usually held with various stakeholders throughout the year. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
On the political side, a leader of the opposition dissatisfied with the state of economic growth and development in Dominica. Lennox Linton was speaking at a UWP town hall meeting in Antigua over the weekend, where he said he believes the Dominican economy does not work for the people.
Here we are in Dominica in 2019. We have an economy that does not work for people, but it works for those who believe the country belongs to them. Every day, every week, every month that passes by in Dominica, in the last 15 years especially, the struggle to survive has become harder and harder. We have a massive youth unemployment crisis in Dominica. Joshua Francis pointed out the low wages, the lowest minimum wage in the OECS, and a cost of living that continues to rise.
Mr. Linton noted that the statistics he researched revealed that economic growth measured in GDP before Hurricane Maria indicated that Dominica measured the smallest economy in the OECS.
Gross domestic product, those numbers tell us we are the smallest economy in the OECS. The economic growth measured by the growth in GDP, this is a 5-year average before 2017, before Maria, and we were the only country over that 5-year period that registered negative growth. Our debt to GDP ratio is the highest in the grouping. Our current account balance, the difference between our goods and services that we sell to the world and what we buy from the world, we're operating a negative current account balance, the largest in the grouping.
As it relates to the private sector, Mr. Linton lamented the need for more investment and opportunities.
This is where we're supposed to be providing money, or people with entrepreneurial talents and skills in the private sector are supposed to be getting money from the banking system to do things. we are doing the worst in the grouping. We are finding the least money for private sector activities that can drive economic growth.
You're watching the Channel 5 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You'll expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Welcome back. Former Chinese ambassador to Suriname, His Excellency Zhang Jingzhong, has affirmed that the People's Republic of China will remain a friend to Dominica, no matter which party is in government. Responding to questions asked at a recent media briefing on statements made by the Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit that if his party was not re-elected, the Chinese government will not be a friend to Dominica, His Excellency the Ambassador responded that this is not the case.
We'll always say we respect the choices of the people here. So elections are your internal affairs. But as between country and country relations, we are very happy to be friends with the government of Dominica. And also the people, of course. Also the people. I would say that. And also the people. Because with the government, we always think we are good friends of Dominica. From the level of the government and to the level of the people, ordinary people.
He noted that the People's Republic of China values people-to-people connectivity as the most important.
Our people in agricultural field, they have been here for more than 15 years, and they have so many friends here. So I think people-to-people exchanges are very important. In our Belt and Road Initiative, we always say there are around 5 connectivities. Connectivity in policy, in infrastructure, trade, finance, and people-to-people exchanges. And people-to-people exchanges, we think, are the most important in these 5 connectivities.
The ambassador stated that the People's Republic of China respects the decision of the nation's people and seeks to have a good relationship with whichever party is in government.
I never separate government from the people. I never do that. I say we are good friends of the government. But any government, because that is your internal affairs, will never intervene in the internal affairs of other countries. So we are good friends with the government of Dominica and also people of the Dominica. And we respect the choices of the people here.
And finally, the Dominican public is being warned to desist from tampering with a nationwide government project. The reforestation and beautification project is being undertaken by government to help restore the country's forest post-Hurricane Maria. Another purpose of the project is to enhance the aesthetics of various communities through the planting of trees and flowers. However, since the project started, forestry officials have come across challenges in the smooth execution of the beautification aspect.
Some of the challenges we encounter again is we would say volunteers. So the Forest Wildlife Practice Division, if persons out there willing to volunteer with us in coming out and plant flowers, or perhaps helping us to clear certain areas to plant flowers, we do welcome that.
Another challenge which officials have encountered is that people are tampering with the plants.
Other challenges that we face is theft, which we will say that we've heard of persons, we have solid reports that persons actually are taking flowers. So we do want to tell persons that are practicing this malicious behavior to refrain from doing so, because the project actually is geared for beautification of the tongue. So if you're doing this, stealing the flowers or taking them, you are affecting the image of the or the sole purpose of the project.
Sultan says interested individuals are to purchase plants from the Forestry Division to help the project reach its target.
Persons can also help by planting a tree. So if you know a place that may be subject to landslide and you want to stabilize the land, you can come to the Forestry Division or call us, and we can work with you in terms of providing technical support and planting material to do that project. Or also they can actually purchase flowers from forestry or plants and do the project themselves, and we can also provide technical support to them.
Thus far, the beautification projects can be seen in Foncoulé, Roseau, Point Michel and other communities along the west coast.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines once again. Carnival Cruise Lines makes early call to Dominica. The public cautioned to be more informed on the use of pesticides. And opposition leader laments the socio-economic state of Dominica. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kardisha Sentway, and to all our viewers around the world, thanks for watching and join us tomorrow.